So Blizzard made a post about gold trading. Here we go. Customer support, this guy replied on official forums. This implies the topic. The main getaway from it is that it's supported by in-game means. That's okay. Swaps are now prohibited. Vrakthis mentioned that there will likely be more explanations about this during the next business week. Note that this person is a CS agent, so Blizzard's official stance might be different, but it should be something close to those lines. Oh, dude, that's so funny. So I haven't read this at all yet, but wouldn't it be kind of funny if, like, basically a customer support agent made this, like, innocuous just response to someone on the forums, and then it ended up like being Blizzard's official stance, and then like basically there's like sirens going off, like Ian's like getting like a email in the middle of the night or something. Like, hey man, check this out, a customer support person just made an official stance on something that we haven't talked about in a while. Basically, if it's a supported transaction in the game, as far as I'm aware, if our systems allow for it, i.e. the trade window, then there shouldn't be an issue. I'll seek further clarification. But also, they're like doing their best to answer a question, doing their job. But like, it's just going to bring up a bigger topic. Let's see. What do you mean, Buzzy WL? Codes are an out-of-game resource and cannot be traded for gold. That has always been the policy. It's the first line in the article. You are not allowed to buy or sell WoW items, products, or services for real money. A code is considered an out-of-game item. If the code were redeemed and the item could be traded, then that could be sold in-game. The response line is basically saying if it can be put in a trade window. Okay, so I'll look at the other replies, but this does just seem like basically the TOS has been the same forever. Like, for example, from 2008 to 2014, 15, 16, 2016, which is like 7 years, people were selling runs for real money every single week with no risk or fear of getting banned, as long as you didn't openly do it on stream. And what I mean by that is like literally log on their account on stream or talk about doing it. And it was in the TOS the whole time. So if someone basically, let's time travel back to 2012. Someone was on the forums like, hey, is this okay to do? And then someone's like, no, obviously you can't sell runs for money. It's in the TOS. Here's a copy of what it says in the TOS. But if they're not punishing for it, it's not a thing. In Final Fantasy, you're not allowed to use third-party tools or like add-ons or anything, but they have no way to detect it, and they can't punish you, or they won't punish you because they can't tell unless you literally stream it. So it's been them saying, like, imagine if there's a big forum that popped up and people are like, wait, we're not supposed to use add-ons? Like, you know, they're basically just reiterating something out of the TOS. So I definitely think you're going to have like, Blizzard's going to have to make an official stance on this next week. I think the way that this was laid out to me before I read this was like, this is Blizzard making an official stance, but this is turbo not that at all. But now they will have to make one, which is kind of interesting. But the reality is, if Blizzard just says, hey, in our TOS it says not to do this, but Blizzard hasn't actually been punishing people for trading gold in between like classic and retail and shit, it's possible they're not going to start doing that, right? That requires someone either hiring a new person, or it requires someone at their job changing their focus away from whatever they're doing, like a CS person, you know, like a CS person having to like change what they're normally doing to just do this, which is unlikely based on some random person just posting about it. So this, so far what I'm reading is probably nothing is changing from the status quo right now, because there's plenty of things that are in the TOS that technically happen that don't get you banned, you know. Wait, okay. On their support site, the article about trading gold between realms, factions, or games now reads... What now reads meaning this has been... Okay, so maybe we're missing this. So this is now a new policy, like they have officially posted... Oh, this is... Okay, I have to read more. The responses you are reading are in the reverse order of the people were worried about the thing. God damn it, Wowhead. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Why would they do this in... Come on. Okay, so let's view the original of this. So this is... Okay, updated 30 minutes ago. Okay, common problems. Can I trade gold with another player between WoW Classic and Modern? Can I trade gold with a friend on another WoW Classic realm? Made a deal with another player to exchange gold between factions on WoW Classic, but he didn't hold up his end, and I'm trying to trade gold on another realm WoW Classic. Trading gold across WoW Classic realms or factions, or different versions of WoW, Modern to Classic, is prohibited. Such trades, particularly with those you do not know or trust, are often linked with gold selling activities. That's why I assume they're doing this, which contributes to realm economy issues, botting, and account compromises. Engaging in trades of this nature can result in account penalties up to and including account closure. However, trades the in-game system. Okay, so they're like clarifying this, but it's still like, and this is kind of how things work in WoW. Until there's like a big ban wave for people doing this, a lot of people won't end up changing their actions. You know, that's how things are. Like, you can use the Race to World First as an example for this, right? Like little small things you could consider exploits that go unpunished for years and years and years at a time start becoming normal. And you just do them because you're in a race to win. And if you can exploit and get away with it and other guilds are doing it, why would you ever put yourself at a disadvantage? So you start doing that. And then what does Blizzard do? Blizzard starts punishing for it, right? In Emir Drasil, they revert our shit like to where we couldn't even have, we lost some eye level that race because of that. Okay, so we're not going to do that again. Cool. The other two guilds, they do it in Nerebar Palace. They get a 4-day ban. Blizzard's like, we ain't fucking, you guys didn't get the message last time, so we're gonna ban you again, and we're gonna be like, yo, fucking please stop. So now, do you guys think a Race World First guild is gonna exploit rep when you know that the next thing they're gonna do is probably ban you during the Race World First? Absolutely fucking not. But doing it or exploiting it all has been against the terms of service, you know, forever, right? Probably since the beginning of the game. But like until they punish for it, people are going to do it. That's how it works. So I'm interested in whether they're going to crack down on this. They are right though. So if you think about it, let's say someone in our guild has 80 million retail gold and they're like, I want to play Classic and I want to buy this item on Classic and I don't have any gold on Classic, but I haven't too much on retail. I'd have nothing to do with this gold, so here, I'll give you 20 million retail gold for however much equivalent that would be in Classic. So where do you think that gold's coming from? In some way, it is 100% sourced from like gold farmers or people that are, you know, getting gold illegitimately. So the whole that it's like linked with gold selling activities, maybe not direct party to party, but where that gold comes from, absolutely. It's the same reason they got rid of GDKPs. It was you know, gold selling like crazy. So that's something they hate and they want to get rid of. Makes sense. But we're a little concerned about this because this is how we pay people. So during the Race to World First, what happens is if you sign up for our runs, which you don't have to, but if you want to, let's say you sign up to a full heroic clear to help us during splits. We pay you, I don't remember exactly how much it is. It's a couple 100,000 gold. I'm just going to make it up. Something like 200K, maybe 300K to do the entire run. And then we can't pay those people on the spots. It's too much of a logistical issue. We pool the money and then after the race, we pay them all, or pool the gold. And then after the race, we pay them all on their realms. But technically, we would need some clarification because, like, I imagine they're probably not trying to target that because the only other way to do that would be pay them on Illidan and then they would have to, like, redeem WoW tokens and stuff to transfer it or transfer the character, which is weird, you know? Like, it's just a service to them that we can do it to them on their thing. Let's see. Oh, they did update it. Okay, they did update it. However, trades within the game system, such as cross-faction or cross-realm trades in Modern WoW are allowed. Wait, so cross-realm trading in Modern WoW is allowed, but you can't in specifically WoW Classic? Are those two different in some way? I'm not familiar with WoW Classic. It's because everything is not cross-realm. Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so it doesn't affect us at all. They've clarified that. All right, W. I know this still definitely affects people in our guild. Some I think something that people in our guild posted is they're like, well, I'm going to be broke in Classic now. So that's fucking sweet. That is, again, like, I'm just, like, obviously you'd be risking it. But, like, if I'm not someone in the Race World First whose, like, literal job depends on my account not being banned or not, this is not advice that you should follow. But knowing history of Blizzard, unless they start banning for this, and even then the first bans would probably be more of warnings, it's probably not something they've majorly changed their stance on. Like, it seems like, again, maybe Wowhead tricked me because they posted it in the wrong order. But I don't know. I just don't know if they're actually going to punish for this because this has been happening for a pretty long time. But you know, they always can. So you're doing that risk. Do not take my advice. I'm not going to do this. I don't play Classic. But it's definitely a potential issue.